Hello, my name's Chloe. If you've never seen me before, then chances are there's a message in this that you're supposed to hear. So trust the timing of your life and let's get on with your reading. Very interesting energy here. So take it as it resonates. Obviously, I'm not doing a personal reading, so I can't tell you 100%. Uh, but on the flip side, you can still interpret the energy. So I'll talk you through them. Okay, so we've got the devil to start, which is clarified by the magician. Really, really interesting pair. So the devil standalone would be addictions, bad habits, attachments that you have to people. But with the magician, it's saying that there is an awareness. Now, either you're choosing. No, actually, you're not choosing. Uh, if this was a standalone spread, and the other cards didn't make me think otherwise, I would say that you are consciously feeding your habits, and you're aware that you have bad habits, and not really looking at breaking them. But this is not the energy. It's something good to be aware of, though. So I think that somebody around you is aware of what they're doing. Now, you can take that as it resonates. It could be a partner or someone from the past. But I think they're consciously trying to manipulate the situation in their favor. And this might not have happened yet, but again, it's something good to be aware of. On the flip side of this, though, you are consciously aware of reclaiming your personal power, which is why this is such an interesting pairing, because you have on one hand someone trying to manipulate energies in their favor, but you also have personal agency and are aware of your power in situations. And because of the other cards in the spread, it makes me think that you are really moving out, like literally. Oh my god, it's so amazing. So you've got the world on the bottom, which is carrying the weight of this whole reading, which is saying you are closing out a cycle. And that's amazing. So you aren't willing to take any crap from anybody. You're aware of the karmic cycle that has played out, and you're not interested in entertaining it anymore. And this pairing is literally saying that you're aware. And it is so windy. It wasn't windy before I started filming, so yeah. Someone's very aware of their behavior, but they're choosing to be that way. But you also have personal agency and the power to choose differently than entertaining whatever this is. Take it as it resonates. So then we've got the Three of Swords clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. And so the Three of Swords is heartbreak, and it can also be a fear of love. But with the Wheel of Fortune, it's literally saying that whatever has happened in your life was meant to happen so the wheel could move in your favor. So like karmic cycles ending, it was divinely orchestrated for you in order to realize these toxic behaviors and to rise above them, so you can move forward with your life and with the lessons that they brought, like with the world and the oh my god, and you've got the oh my god, stop it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You couldn't see that, I don't think, but there was a bee and it just came like right up to the camera, like just on the edge. And this is a bee deck. That was the cutest thing. I wish I could have like shown you, but anyway. So much just happened. I freaked out because I was going to get the world, but underneath the world, you've got not only the Queen of Wands, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. If you read tarot, you know what this means. Literally, you are aware of these cycles and you are moving into a more grounded version of yourself that is honestly like radiating in her power. Like, this is amazing. Like, all of this grief that you've processed, all of this heartbreak, you are moving out of it. And you're aware of your worth and you're shining. Like, your confidence is radiating. It's amazing. Okay, so yeah, with the world on the bottom, and with the Wheel of Fortune, you are closing out a cycle, and this heartbreak needed to happen because if it didn't happen, you wouldn't have been able to step into a better version of yourself. And it's now made you aware of what you needed to heal from the past. I'm really just freestyling because like there's so many messages, but these come out at the end, which is the Six of Cups clarified by the Knight of Swords. The Six of Cups is like the past. Like, it could be someone returning from the past, but ultimately, you are aware of past lessons and you see, like, you needed to go back into your childhood and to address wounds that were playing out in your current life, because maybe, for example, you were choosing to be with somebody who didn't actually make you feel very good about yourself. Maybe you overextended yourself, and that's a cycle that you needed to break for yourself. No one else can break it for you. People teach us lessons and show us parts of ourselves that we need to heal, but we're the ones that have personal agency over if we repeat the cycle or not. And you have consciously chose to walk away from a situation that ultimately was not for your highest good. And I'll come back to this because this is at the end of the reading. But so after the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Swords, we've got the Five of Cups clarified by the Eight of Swords in reverse. This is amazing. So the Five of Cups standalone is grief, disappointment, and you can see what really sticks out to me is, so it's the Five of Cups, but she's still got two cups left, right? And with it being clarified by the Eight of Swords, which is you feeling stuck when you're not really stuck upright, you are moving out of this. You're moving out of the grief and the disappointment, and you're moving away with still two cups left. You've still got two cups. And like, every time I read this card, I'm drawn to different things in it, but these cups are really sticking out to me, which it doesn't feel like you're walking away with nothing. It doesn't feel like you've just gone through, obviously you've just gone through all of this heartbreak and emotion, and that's going to have affected you in some way, but it doesn't feel like it was weighing you down to the point where you, like, there was even like regret, like you didn't feel like you wish you hadn't gone through that. You actually see the lesson in it and are thankful for the lesson, um and you're ultimately walking towards something that is more aligned for you. This house, for some reason, I've never been drawn to that house in the picture. Like, it just feels like so we've got the broken cups. It and the It's so interesting. Every time I look at this card, I like see different things, but it's almost like this swarm of bees are like cleansing the energy of the of the grief that you experience, and they're allowing it to circulate and move, and that almost directly feels like that's what you did. You allowed the emotions to come up, because if you don't allow them to come up, they'll come up at a later date. So when all this grief came up, you allowed yourself to feel it, and by doing that, you cleansed the energy and made yourself feel not stuck, because you weren't really stuck. You know, this card is very much self-imposed stuckness when you're not stuck. Yeah, oh my god, I'm literally channeling so much right now. I'm trying not to tune into this card too much because I could literally cry. Like, I can feel it bubbling up, but yeah, I'm going to talk about something else. So sensitive. So right, so at the end of the reading, this is really funny because the Six of Cups, it literally is, it can be childhood healing, childhood wounds, returning to a more childlike way of being, but also someone returning from the past. And what's really, like, I don't always say that, but the reason I'm saying it is because it's clarified by the Knight of Swords, which is this impulsive knight that's just coming in, you know, and coming in with communication. I also, at one point when I was shuffling, I saw the Eight of Wands on the bottom, which is communication. So there is a possibility that someone from your past that doesn't have very good intentions could come back in and try and manipulate the energy. Like, I can't say for sure, but it kind of makes me feel like, because of this manifesting like magician, it's like they know what they're doing. They've got tricks up their sleeves, and they're thinking, how can I wrap this person around my finger again? And the Knight of Swords, he's just very impulsive, and because it's all to do with the communication, the swords are to do with communication. It just kind of makes me think again with that devil. It's like choosing to come across in a way that just I don't have the words, which is interesting. Maybe they're even doing it without thought, but because of this, like, maybe I think this person clearly knows what they're doing. I'm going to keep saying that because this combination is really telling for someone's character. But I feel like sometimes when we reach out to people, we can just do it without thinking, and maybe it's like spur of the moment. So that's why it makes me think, like, I'm getting tongue tied and I'm like really struggling to like even communicate. So it could very much be a case of this person just impulsively going, I need to reach out. But I still think that they don't have your best intentions, and they've got like you know, they've got something on you, like whether that's, you know, like a memory, like because this card is very much to do with nostalgia. So it's like, you know, if you both shared like, I don't know, like a holiday together, like like you had a special date um that you celebrated, or um uh like you have a mutual friend, or like, I don't know, like there's like something to where they would tie the past into whatever they're saying. um it's really hard to like to know exactly what that even means, but that's what's coming through. um but yeah, so with the world on the bottom, um this person coming in isn't going to deter you in any way. It might annoy you, but ultimately you know that this was a karmic cycle and it needed to end, and it has ended. um and what's really beautiful about this is the fact that this is kind of a test. um it feels annoying when it feels like the universe is testing us, but it kind of just does it to be like, are you sure you've recognized your worth now? You know, like, prove it. But so I feel like it's not coming up for you to be like, oh, I need to take this past person back. No, it's coming up for you to set boundaries, reiterate your boundaries if you have to, and maybe like gather some more information. Like, for example, like, depending on what the person says, you could just be like, oh, this has actually told me a lot about their character, and I feel in a way that I have closure to move forward now, not in a way for you to go backwards. um so yeah, it's all about learning, and you're aware of the cycles and uh what's being presented to you. um this reading has been all over the place. I don't know, the energy for me right now feels very like intense and like exciting. Like, I feel like there's so much going on, like, that's exciting and new, and you know, so you could very much feel like, because you've let this weight go, that you're in this like really excited, kind of all over the place energy, like you don't know where to start because you've got all this space now to like live. I don't know. Like, but yeah, like this reading has been absolutely all over the place, so I hope that it resonated with you, and you could take away something from it. um but ultimately ultimately you're aware of all of this, and with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, you've stepped into your power now. So this is just, sometimes things circle back in order to reiterate to us how far we've come in ourselves and how much we've learned. And it's not even, it's not to set us back, it's just like to remind us how far we've come. So keep up the good work. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, let me know by liking and subscribing, and I will speak to you soon.